Short sale negotiation. Collateral valuation. Objectives. The objectives of this chapter are to understand how creditors valuate collateral, the valuation fieldwork involved, and the influence of valuations on short sale outcomes. To better understand this chapter, let's start with a few word meanings. Valuation. A valuation is a monetary value estimation of something marketable. A valuation is an estimate of worth. Estimate. An estimate is an opinion of the approximate magnitude of something. In real estate, that magnitude is monetary worth. An estimate is not exacting or precise. Estimates are based on calculations of combined objective and subjective factors. Opinion. An opinion is a belief in something without absolute certainty. An opinion is based on a notion of reasonable probability. Opinions differ because beliefs differ. Each individual has his or her own opinion. Belief. A belief is a feeling of certainty. Certainty is an emotion. Based on this, collateral valuation is the estimation of the work of collateral based on reasonable probability. Collateral value is an opinion about worth of collateral based on collateral valuation. The value of collateral is just an opinion. Someone feels what a property is worth. The valuation is an indication of value only. There is no certainty of worth until the collateral is sold. To review from the previous chapter, the short sale package has demonstrated that the homeowner can't possibly pay the debt secured by the property. As much as possible of the debt will have to be paid selling the collateral. How much of the debt gets paid from the sale of the collateral depends on the value of the property. To receive less than the full debt payment on loan principal and interest is called to get a recovery. If the value of the collateral is not high enough, the creditor recovers less than what is owed. Recovery options. Properties requiring a short sale are over-mortgaged. Now the creditor is facing recovery of just part of the debt. The options are short sale, release of lien, or foreclosure. To decide which is the better option, the creditor will need to obtain the value of the collateral. As you remember, in this flow chart and transaction example, only the second mortgage will discount. The second mortgage will now obtain the collateral value by ordering a BPO or appraisal. An REO agent or an appraiser will do this work. There are two types of collateral valuation, appraisal and BPO. The appraisals can only be done by appraisers. Appraisals are complex and relatively expensive. Only a few properties are valuated by appraisal. The vast majority of properties are valuated by BPO. BPO stands for Broker Price Opinion. Brokers provide only price opinions. They can't provide appraisals. BPOs are inexpensive and are done several times throughout the foreclosure process of each property. BPO brokers inexpensively perform BPOs in the expectation of obtaining REO listings from the creditors. Valuation method. Properties of 1 to 4 dwelling units are evaluated by the same method, CMA. CMA stands for Competitive or Comparable Market Analysis. In theory, BPOs and appraisals should give the same result, and they often do. In practice, BPOs have multiple shortcomings. Because they are done for a minimal fee with the expectation of getting a listing, BPO agents want to do them quickly and cram as many into a single day as possible. BPO agents do the best they can, but under these conditions, BPOs tend to be superficial. Minimal investigation and limited analysis are the norm. Not only that, BPOs tend to focus on MLS-listed property and some tax records. For sale by owner properties tend to be overlooked. This is a definite drawback. For sale by owner properties tend to be priced lower than listed properties, stay longer on the market, and are often in distress. Depending on the type of BPO, repairs are often not even considered. Unless the agent knows the specific neighborhood very well, chances are the BPO lacks precision. The result of the BPO also depends on its type. There are two types of BPO, the drive-by BPO and the interior inspection BPO. The differences between the types of BPO are in the scope of work. The drive-by BPO is done, as the name implies, by just quickly driving by the property, taking a few pictures, maybe also personally looking at the comparables and supplementing the info with MLS and tax record data. Being superficial and done for a low fee, minimal attention is paid to needed repairs. There is no time for this. What is not immediately evident from the outside is not considered. As a result, huge value-affecting issues, such as interior water damage, are easily overlooked. One level up from the drive-by is the interior inspection BPO. This is done, as the name implies, by doing all of the above, plus seeing the property interior. This type of BPO tends to be more accurate. Although doing this type of BPO pays better, it takes longer to do. This type of BPO is more of a good look than a true inspection. Seeing the interior is different than inspecting it. With limited pay and time, only the immediately evident is considered. As a result, deeper, value-affecting matters, such as electrical problems, are easily overlooked. BPO agents get work orders directly from the creditors or from third-party organizations. BPO instructions are given to the agents by fax, email, or website. Although there are variations, all BPO instructions are very similar. This is a good example of a very active REO and BPO website. The subscribed agents or creditors have access to all of these downloadable forms. As you can see, there are several types of BPO forms on this site. However, they are all very similar. This is a good example of a BPO form. It has 2 pages. It asks about the property, the neighborhood, comparable listings, comparables sold. There is a value summary and has space for repairs and comments. Most BPOs are done in about 2 hours altogether, including travel time. After completion, this information is submitted to the creditor. Although there is supporting information, the creditor tends to focus more on the valuation summary. Named one way or another, the summary includes the market value as is, market value with complete repairs, the suggested list price, the suggested list price repaired, the list price for quick sale, the probable sales price for quick sale, and the value of the land. Influencing the valuation. Valuations are commonly too high. Because of this, in order to close transactions, it is important to influence the valuation. If the valuation is too high, the bank will not discount enough and most likely there will be no transaction. Influencing the valuation is not always possible. Nothing can be done if the agent, appraiser, or creditor does not want to listen or believe. Valuations are best influenced at inspection, but can also be influenced after the inspection when the creditor already has the report. Drive-by BPOs are more difficult to influence because the agent does not need to enter the property. Influencing the valuation at inspection. To influence a valuation at inspection, the person doing the short sale will have to be present. It is better to control access to the property. That way the agent can't get inside alone. MLS lockboxes make this more difficult. The objective is to present a well-informed value opinion to the person doing the valuation. To do this efficiently and respectfully, show value-affecting issues and provide documentation as evidence. Especially if the valuation is a BPO, get to the point quickly. Otherwise, the agent will be antagonized because the valuation will take longer. Respect the agent's time. Influencing the valuation after the inspection. Influencing the valuation after the inspection requires a creditor willing to listen to reason. The best way to approach this is to present evidence of real value. A good place to start is by using recent comparables and providing repair estimates along with a logical explanation. This is usually done by phone, email, and fax. This is a good example of influencing a valuation after the inspection. The subject property is new construction in a new, nice subdivision. Landscaping is missing and there is no air conditioning unit. Properties are staying a long time in the market. The whole neighborhood is depreciating. Not only that, it is the beginning of winter and this property is in a very seasonal market. This was done by email and phone conversation. This is the email message. A comparable property is listed at $319,000. A very similar property just sold at $330,000. The offer of $270,000 is very reasonable because the property is incomplete and properties are staying on the market for over 400 days. To verify, they can review the attached CMA or do another BPO. The evidence is the attached CMA. With this information, the creditor will determine how much recovery will be obtained from the sale of the property and decide on a debt settlement value. Review. Collateral valuation is the estimation of the value of collateral property. 1 to 4 dwelling unit properties are valuated by CMA. There are two types of valuation, BPO and appraisal. Appraisals are less common, more complex, and expensive. BPOs are more common, simpler, and less expensive. Valuations are influenced with documented evidence.